Welcome, my conscious family. I am now in the woods, as you can see, and I was just reading my book and drinking coffee, and I was getting this message coming through. And if you stumbled upon this video, I'm sure there is something in for you. And the message that I was hearing is that you are responsible for your own emotional state. I was reading a book by Dr. Joe Dispenza, and it's called Placebo is You. And what he's sharing, so many studies that has proven that the way we think literally directly influences physiologically how our body responds, and people can make themselves sick and they can make themselves healthy as well. And one of the sentences I really loved is that there is no, I'm gonna try to translate because it's in Serbian. There is no illness that is uncurable, but there are only people who are incurable. And I'm sorry if this is triggering or anything like that, but it's actually very powerful to hear this. And I'm not talking about illnesses only, I'm talking about everything else in life. How we can use this, scientific truth in our advantage to then influence our physiological state in our bodies, and how we can cure ourselves and change, then everything outside of us. And so when you say, for example, I don't feel good today, or I feel bored, or I feel lethargic or melancholia, or whatever you feel, whatever you are feeling, you can always change that. And I'm hearing that some of you maybe don't have the right tools to do that, or you feel like whatever you do is not going to help you. But I'm here to tell you that there are ways in which you can literally help yourself. If you wake up in the morning and you feel like something is missing, your day is not how you imagined, or something triggers you, or someone hurt you, or something doesn't go the way you planned, instead of staying in that emotional state, you can literally choose to do something to shift it. And I am hearing the most powerful thing you can do for yourself is being aware of how you feel and being the king of your kingdom, your inner kingdom, becoming the queen of your kingdom. And how you can do that, doing this, moving the food that I was eating. I was eating some food, I'm having like a picnic with myself, and I was writing tarot and learning Spanish and just giving myself what my soul needs. And while I was reading, I got inspired to film this video, and I feel like that's the reason, is that you can and you should always influence your emotional state. You're in control of your energy. And right now, if you're following me, if you don't follow me, because I'm sharing daily videos and I'm talking to the collective who are going through a huge spiritual awakening, transformation right now, and letting go, learning how to detach, letting go of control, and you're stepping into the new state of consciousness, which will allow you to shift into the new 3D reality as well and see the fruits of your labor. And my channel is here to support you on this journey. The messages that I was getting in the past few days are so powerful. So do subscribe. It's an exchange of the energy. Of course, if you resonate with this, if you don't, then of course don't watch the video, find something else that you like. But I'm talking to specific people who are going through a lot right now. You're shifting, you're changing, like you're changing your identity, and you're becoming someone who is more detached, who is more tapped into their own power, who is more connected to, not more connected to God, but more aware of the connection with God. And you're getting new downloads. You're getting maybe some dreams. You can write down in the comments if that's true. And when this is happening, we can feel agitated, we can feel nervous, we can feel differences in our bodies, maybe even some stress or fear. And I'm here to tell you that it's completely normal. Every time, the change is unfamiliar. What you're stepping into is unfamiliar. And your brain is wired, everybody's brain is wired to protect you, to keep you safe. It's not wired to keep you happy. It's wired to simply keep you safe. That's why the victims of abuse come back to the abusers. That's why the people who ran from prisons come back to the prison. Because at least they know that they are safe in prison. They have water and food and shelter. And they maybe learn how to survive in those environments, but they don't know how to survive in the wild, you know. I don't want to trigger anyone. That's not my intention, but I'm using these examples to show you how powerful this truth is. And so, instead of now going back to who you were because of the fear that is coming up, because of the stress, because of the terrifying fear of the unknown, you're being called to embrace this and to influence your emotional states. I'm going to give you a few examples in which you can do that, and I'm going to give you tools that you can use. Um, and hopefully, you're going to implement them. I shared so many tools on my channel: how you can regulate your nervous system, how you can shift your mindset, how you can step into the main character energy. I also have an amazing 7-week transformational course. It's a journey with an activation that I created for you to embody the main character energy, which you are becoming. I mean, you already are, but you're stepping into this new level where you're becoming more aware of your power, and it can be terrifying. So, if you need a support, the course is there in the description box down below. So, the tools that you can use, the first step when it comes to these things is always to become aware. Don't allow other people to trigger you, but always be aware. Okay, I'm feeling a certain way. And then ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What is it inside of me? Where do I feel the pain? Do I feel the pain? Do I feel the stress? Do I feel the nervousness? Do I feel the fear? What is the emotion that I feel? Try to address. So the video stopped because the microphone wasn't working. I hope you can hear me now. I will be looking at the microphone because it happens sometimes that I was filming and the microphone went off. So let's see. So there are tools, but the first is always to become aware. Okay, why do I feel this way? And then the next step is not to simply, allow this stress or whatever it is to take over. And there is a difference, by the way, in taking over and feeling in order to heal. When you feel the emotion and you go within and you feel the emotion fully and you cry, you scream, you let it go through your body and release it, that is very different than letting the fear take over. When you let something take over, that means that you just allow this to control your life, and that is not what we want here. Okay, so the tools that you can use, the first one, ask yourself, how can I what can I do right now to shift my emotional state? And there are different ways. If you are very emotional, very triggered, of course you cannot sit down and meditate, but maybe you can do breath work. Maybe you can do EFT, which actually helped me so much. It's called tapping, emotional release technique, where you tap onto the meridians in your, which are energetic spots. I don't know how to say, and you're tapping while affirming something, and this helps you to process the emotion. Maybe you can, shake your body, do some somatic work, somatic movement. But people usually don't do anything, and that's why the fear takes over and control their lives. And right now I am being told to film this video to help you to process those emotions that you're feeling. And I want you to take this intention and write down in the comments, I am the master of my emotions. Or even better, I am the master of my emotional state. Energy is real, intention is real. Take this moment to write down and affirm and send a signal into the universe. Say to God, I am a master, the master of my emotional state. What we say to ourselves, what we write, what we say, this is the portal to spells, to manifestation. What we say becomes our truth. What we write, even when you take the time to write down a comment, that's why you should never write negative comments. Karma does exist. It's not only negative, but it's action and reaction. Everything has a reaction, right? Every single thing that we say, that we do, has a reaction. And the most powerful thing is intention behind your actions. Pure intentions will give you pure, beautiful, blissful results and experiences and people. And so, if you feel very reactive, very emotional, these are the techniques: breath work, somatic movement, maybe even some type of yoga, shaking your body, releasing this energy. Okay. And I was learning this at Ada Awakening, which is happening in September. If you want to attend this festival, it literally shifted my life. It's happening in Montenegro, and you can use my code Irena to get a discount. Unfortunately, this September, my brother is came here, so I'm gonna be with him. So I'm not gonna attend the festival, and I'm really sad for that because it's just life changing, and it's literally like there were tickets for like 300, 400 euros, 500 euros maybe, which is insane that you have 6 days workshops and amazing people and facilitators. It's just pure magic. And so these people taught me also these movements, techniques. I have it in my videos. You can type it, like exercises to help you release your energy. They are on my channel. Use this, okay, to regulate your nervous system. The second tool, if you feel nervous but you don't feel like you're, very emotional, high, crazy, not crazy, but you know what I mean, like very angry, very sad. The second thing you can do, okay, ask yourself, am I doing something in my day that is influencing my emotional state? If you feel boredom, if you feel lethargy, if you feel melancholy, am I using my phone too much? Am I talking to negative people? Am I watching TV series, movies, listening to music that is lowering my vibe? And then go outside into the nature. Do something about it. Okay, learn a new skill. Then you can meditate. Then you can visualize. Then you can listen to the subliminals. I mean, you can always listen to the subliminals. That's something you can always do. But do something. Don't let this boredom take over your life. And right now you're experiencing these things. I know. You can even write down in the comments. What of those emotions are you feeling? And every feeling has a different tool. When you're bored, you can do breath work, of course, to shift your energy. But maybe you need to do something more fun. Maybe you need to go somewhere you've never been. Maybe you need to go on a different route to your work, change your style, buy new clothes. You don't need to spend so much money. I bought like a fruit yogurt and tuna can, and I came to the woods, and I'm so happy to be here, in the nature, and watch the kids play around me, and dogs and birds, and smell, it's autumn here in Serbia, and the leaves are falling. So do something to shift your energy. That is the message coming in for today. And don't be afraid to spend time alone. Don't be afraid of your thoughts. They're not going to hurt you. This is coming through. They are here to show you what is in your subconscious. They're not here to hurt you. That's what I'm hearing. If you want to work with me, one on one sessions, you want to work to tap into your intuition, shift your mindset, change your perspective, step fully into your power and purpose, become who you were always meant to be, and feel so great to be yourself. Feel so worthy of everything that you want. This is something I can help you with, and I help so many clients manifest their dream jobs, manifest their purposes, help other people. But this all starts with you. Whatever it is that you want outside of you, it starts with you, with the inner work. And I promise you, I make this work so much fun, because fun for me is very important, fun and freedom. It's not supposed to feel like labor, okay? And yeah, if you want to connect on Instagram as well, I love sharing stories with my family. I love to connect there as well. Yeah, when it comes to working one on one, I provide a form which you should fill out, the questions that will help you see where you are right now on your journey, and also it will help me to prepare for the free consultation that we are going to have before we start working to see if we are the right fit for each other. I don't work with just anybody. I work only with people who are truly ready to work on themselves. And I don't know if I missed anything, but you guys, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate every single one of you. I read every comment personally, I respond, and I'm so happy to connect. It really helps me a lot. When you like the video, when you subscribe, it helps me a lot to continue doing this. I do this for free. These videos are for free. So if you find anything that helps you, if you're here watching this video, then that is something you can do. It doesn't cost anything, and it helps me a lot to continue on this journey. And I'm happy to have you here, of course. Stay conscious and remember to have fun.